Shalom and welcome back to my channel. This is Vennie, the Natural Relaxer, and I'm just coming here really quick to tell you the truth about my weight loss that a lot of people are noticing. So everyone knows that I am pretty much a transparent person. I tell what needs to be told, but I don't lie. So this is the situation. So before I entertain my weight loss, I have to go back to come forward. Most people know, growing up, I was always a relatively thin person. So always been a small frame, unfortunately, after having children and weight going up a little bit, not much, because I've always thought that, people always told me that you would have that middle age spread. So when I started to gain a little weight after childbearing, I looked at that as a norm. Was I eating the healthiest then? Not the healthiest. I've always pretty much been a pretty good eater, I guess you would say, a healthy, conscious eater. And yeah, and as such, my eating habits weren't real bad. But as I gotten older, we were exposed to holistic lifestyles at a very early age. The importance of drinking water and different things like that. Now, did we always adapt to that? Absolutely not. No, we didn't. But that's the way our household was kind of, my mother was very health conscious. Let's see, maybe, and you have to forgive me because it is still a little emotional for me. Back in 2013, unfortunately, my oldest son was murdered at the age of 25. So I've always been a person that kind of take death relatively well. Unfortunately, this was one of those times that everything that I've done in the past to cope with death was out the window, because this was my son. This was my firstborn, and it was senseless. So without going into all of that, it was just a very, very difficult time for me. I had just graduated from actually Mario Tricosi school, so being an esthetician, and I had already finished, completed being a massage therapist. So I was out there about to be this triple threat, with all of these licenses under health and wellness, and my life went haywire. Okay, so and with my son's death, I actually lost the desire to service my clients, to service anyone who needed a massage, needed these healing hands, anyone that wanted a facial. I just really just lost the desire to do that. So so of course, I had piles and piles of stress, really the corporate of my weight gain. So with that, trying to deal with my son's death and coping with it, I started finding the love of eating in foods, just trying different foods, exotic foods, and just, you name it, you said, Vennie, oh, this is good. I wanted to try it. So that was me taking it back. I'm bringing it forward. So actually in 2017, I was diagnosed with Ramsay-Hunt syndrome. That's like between Bell palsy and a stroke. So my health started deteriorating. And it was still, like I said, still because of the stress. I remember in 2017, that was like the heaviest I had gotten since I was pregnant, kind of a thing. I think I weighed about 100 and I can't even remember, maybe 150, anywhere between 150, 160. I think I was somewhere through there. And I hadn't noticed, I would wear clothes that were too big. Anyway, I didn't wear clothes for my size. So therefore, when I did start wearing clothes that fit, people could actually see my size because I covered me up, not thinking that as I gained weight, I wouldn't notice it, but that's exactly what happened. I started gaining weight, did not notice that I was gaining weight because I was already wearing big clothes. You know, everybody gets to that breaking point. My breaking point was I had started getting thick, per se. Now, mind you, I'm gonna try to insert some pictures as this story is going along, but I didn't look sloppy. I didn't look big. You know, once again, you know, mid-age kind of a thing. It's like, oh, you're gonna get bigger, you're gonna get a spread. So I was thinking, and I've always been the smallest in my family, so I'm thinking, okay, everything's just catching up now. But my turning point was within a matter of maybe 2 months, probably not even that long, I bust out 5 pair of jeans, blue jeans, you all. So, you know, that's not no flimsy material. So sitting down and my jeans ripping, you know, I never thought that would happen, ever, ever, ever. You know, the first couple of times I kind of laughed about it, like, oh, I ripped my jeans. But then it became a thing of, okay, when the next pair ripped and the next pair, I was like, oh, wow. So then what happened? I went into a deeper depression because I was already depressed because that's where the eating was coming from. Trying to still cope and deal with my son's death. Just eating. But what was my turning point was I was unhappy with the way I felt. I was unhappy with the way I looked. There was times I would get up, closet full of clothes, get up, knowing what I'm put on, get ready to go put it on, and can't fasten it up. That depressed me. So, you know, and then of course the anxiety built. It was just a difficult time. So, like I said, back in 2017 with the Ramsay-Hunt syndrome, it kind of shut me down, where I had to reevaluate myself, reevaluate my life, get things on track, see where I was, what I used to do that I was no longer doing. So moving forward today, how I deal with, still with my son's death, I do meditation. I do whatever it takes to de-stress, because why? My name is the natural relaxer. I am the natural relaxer. All my life, I thought I knew how to relax in every situation, that I knew how to handle stress. But this death thing showed me something different. Okay. Definitely showed me something different. So one of the tips I would say is when you are trying to lose weight, know your why. That's the first thing. Why are you trying to lose weight? You know, is it for health reasons? Is it just for appearance? Is it because your significant other is saying something, or that person that caught your eye, you know, that you want to kind of trim it down or what have you? No judgment here. That's your thing, that's your thing. But know your why. My why was simply me. I was not used to being that heavy. I felt very unattractive at times. I wouldn't say it was a lot, but I felt unattractive. So I needed to get me back. I needed to get me back and my joy and my happiness. So one time I was in Vegas for my son's murder trial, and I decided, since my family wasn't with me, my husband, my children, I said, I am going to get back to eating right, because I was getting little signs here and there. So if you hear those signs, you're seeing certain videos or people, you're hearing all this talk about plant-based and vegan. I was hearing that for about 2 years prior to. So definitely in 2018, I decided when I went there that I was just going to eat plant-based. I was going to go vegan, actually. I was going to eat vegan while I was there, because I didn't have to worry about what anybody else was eating, where they wanted to go. It was just about me. So that allowed me time to work on me. I went there and I got introduced to fabulous foods, and fell in love with it. Upon my coming back home, I realized, or, you know, I had labeled myself vegan. I was gonna come back home, eat right, cut out all the dairy, all the meats, cheese, all of that, things that I definitely liked. I definitely liked those. But after months and months of labeling myself even as vegan, I realized I wasn't really vegan, because my clothes and different things still, you know, leather, it comes from an animal. I usually stay cold, so I wasn't ready to give up my fur coat. So I was like, oh, you know, I can't say that I'm vegan and I'm still wearing, you know, this beaver, you know, kind of a thing. So then I tend to go over to, quote unquote, the plant-based lifestyle, because being vegan is a lifestyle. I mean, when you say that you're vegan, you really need to be paying attention to what you put on your body to make sure that it's not coming from an animal. You know, vegan is very strict. I went plant-based April 2018, okay? My family, my whole household joined in. The children was a little reluctant, but this is my story. And so with that, I've also incorporated intermittent fasting. When I decided to go to intermittent fasting, it wasn't hard, because we were already fasting on Tuesdays. And basically that's just eating pretty much in between a window of 8 hours. So I don't have the 3 meals a day kind of a thing. I may have 2, you know, I still may get a lunch in, but it's healthy. I snack still during that, and then I'll have a dinner within that 8-hour period. I try not to do any late night eating. I'm still not good with cutting out carbs. I'm just not that. But the main thing though too is a lot of times with weight loss, it is definitely your water intake, because you have to flush your system with the toxins. You got to flush all of those things out. definitely your eating habits. So by me being able to have the willpower to adapt to going back to a healthier lifestyle and a healthier way of eating helped. Like I said, the fasting helped. But the most important thing that a lot of people don't like to do, like my age over 50, is exercise. Exercise. So now I am excited because we're talking about one of my passions. So along with the other two things that I was talking about as far as fasting and what I eat, going plant-based, I work out, you all. I work out. Now, so there are some people that are like gurus. They have to go to a gym, or they have to have all of this fancy equipment at their house. I have a dance floor. Yes, I have a dance floor. So I dance pretty much. I teach a online class. Since the pandemic, it has forced me to be online, but normally I would go out to different facilities. But now that I'm at home doing my dance classes, I have to be creative with that. So I dance, I teach a class Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays for 1 hour. But of course, everybody knows when you're working from home, you do a lot more, right? Right. I have to move furniture every day to make space and room for my dance floor, right? So that's my weight training, and some are still of my strength training, because I'm not just moving dishes over, and I'm moving a couch, tables, chairs, lifting, bending, squatting, putting up, folding down, you know. So I'm doing a lot, but my dancing is cardio. So not only am I learning new dances, choreographing new dances, I'm making videos of those dances to make sure that I put up on my YouTube channel and on Facebook for my senior babies. So I am working out maybe 6 days out of the week. So guess what? That's still moving furniture, put it back, what have you. So that's to answer some of people's questions when they want to know, am I well? Am I doing okay? Because they notice that I have slimmed down. Yes, it's a process, but when you look at over the 2 years of me being plant-based and intermittent fasting and still working out, and now being at home, having to move things around, that's how I've gotten my body back to where I want it, where I want it. I'm not too small. I'm not too big. I am just right. I am just right. So I wanted to, so I just want to put that out there, and I am excited. I'm back in a size 6, between a 6 and a size 8 from. In 2017, I was wearing a size 14. Can you believe it? Some people probably looking like, Vennee, no. I was wearing a size 14. Now I'm back into a size 6, some 8s. That's my truth. That's my story. And that is how I lost weight. All that baggage. That's how I did it. Just to let you all know, it's a mindset. When you're talking about, oh, I can't cut that out. Oh, I need that. I need to eat that. You don't need to eat it. You want to eat it. And a lot of times, because of how we are raised, we're used to eating a certain type of way. We're used to certain comfort foods. So it's not that you have to have it. It's just that you want it. And I totally understand that. I totally understand it. I get it. I get it. But just to say, you know, when you're talking about your health and you want to stay healthy, there's just some things that you're going to have to give up. There's some things you're going to have to do. Anything that you eat that I used to even eat can be plant-based or veganized, as we call it. It can be. A lot of things, if you want to continue to find out I will be doing some tutorials on some of the things that I eat throughout the day, or how to prepare some really quick foods. It's really, really easy. So with that being said, do your research. I'm not telling you how to do anything other than to take care of yourself. That is what I'm going to say. Take care of your body and let your body take care of you. All glory goes to him though. So for now, if you're on here, please do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And then I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.